Hey guys, this is Chris again, coming at you with another video. Today's video is a little fun video. Quick wristwatch check. Wearing that Orient Triton. Still loving that piece. But today's video, I figured I'd do a little bit something different because it's covered, but it's not covered a lot. But I think that quartz pieces can be fun, especially when you see the lineup that I have. A lot of people don't like talking about quartz pieces. They think that automatic pieces are the end-all, be-all of watch collecting. But quartz pieces do have their place in the watch hobby. They definitely have their place, and I will show you why they have their place. And there are some watch YouTubers out there, I won't say any names, that think all you have to do is buy a Rolex or some other higher-end pieces. But what a lot of people don't get is a lot of people are on a budget, and quartz can fit in that collection. And I've seen quartz pieces like these that I have in collections like mine that vary. I have everything from the little Casio Duro all the way up to the Breitling Super Ocean Heritage. And then I've also seen quartz pieces in collections that are even more higher end than mine. So it just goes to show you don't have to be a watch snob. You can enjoy a quartz piece just as much. Like I said, they're just as much fun as an automatic piece. And you can find them fairly cheaply, and like I said, it adds a lot of flair to the collection. You can have a lot of people use them as beater watches, whatever you want to call them, wear them to work or whatever. But sometimes they're also collectibles, just like that Timex Q I just got. You'll see that here in the video also. Like I said, it doesn't always have to be an automatic piece to be a fun, cool piece. These are kind of grab and go pieces, which is really, really cool. Then, like I said, they run the gamut of price ranges. I don't have really any of the higher end quartz pieces, at least not yet. Like I know Cartier makes some higher end quartz pieces. I believe Breitling has some higher end quartz pieces, which I really want that the Aerospace Evo from Breitling, the titanium model. Those are some killer pieces, especially for a quartz piece, especially for the price. I think they're like $1,500, $1,600. You can pick them up used, depending on the model. But like I said, it doesn't always have to be automatic. It doesn't always have to cost thousands of dollars. And like I said, if you're a true enthusiast, you get to appreciate all kind of different watches, whatever the price range, whether it's quartz, whether it's automatic, mechanical, whatever, a digital watch, ABC watch, whatever you want to call it, analog, any of that stuff. It doesn't really matter what kind it is. Like I said, you can still just enjoy it, enjoy the hobby, and still have fun no matter what entry level. Like I said, there's a lot of college students that can't really afford, the Rolex or whatever, and they were, they're into watches. They can't really afford it, so they're on a budget. So there's nothing wrong with having a budget, or the guy with like 2 or 3 kids is on a budget and can only spend $100 or something, $200 something on watches. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You have your priorities. Some of us have a little more extra funds than the others. That's a lot of people don't like to talk about that either, but that's just the reality of the hobby. And like I said, there are certain people that talk about the only thing you have to have is Rolex. The only thing you have to have is, Patek, whatever, probably the big three, the Holy Trinity. You don't have to have those to have a really cool, killer, and fun collection. Alright guys, I'll switch over to the desktop view and show you the pieces that I have here. Here's most of the quartz watches that I have. Of course, I have a Timex Weekender somewhere around here, and I have another couple cool watches. They're the Casio F91s, the ubiquitous F91s. There are a lot of people, and a lot of people's collections. But like I said, this just goes to show you that quartz pieces can be fun, quirky, and you can enjoy these pieces just as much as you do automatic piece, as much as you do a $400 or even a $4,000, $5,000 Breitling like I have. I enjoy this little Casio Duro just as much. I wear this to work, wear it working out sometimes, even wear it just whenever I'm looking for something fun, cool. You change out all the different strap options on this one. This is probably the best $50 that I spent on a watch. And then another fun one. This is Boulder Venture here. Another grab and go watch. This thing is 38 millimeters, worth so light. And another, you see I have on this purloin orange strap, kind of go with that second hand. You can get all kinds of different straps for these watches and all that too. So I mean, you can kind of change up the looks of them. This one came in about right under 200 if I remember correctly. I think I bought it for like 130 when they were in pre-order. I got a hold of Travis over at Boulder. And like I said, this is a really almost kind of like a field watch, like a grab and go watch. Just another option to show you that, you know, little fun, quirky little quartz piece. Something you don't have to worry about, like if you muck it up or, you know, it breaks or something like that, which these aren't supposed to break. But if something does happen to it, it's not the end of the world. Like if you were to lose like a Rolex or a Patek or something like that, you know, you had to send it into service and be gone for 3 or 4 months or something, then, you know, God forbid having the watch where you can't get it repaired or anything like that. Another cool little option here for Quartz is this Eco Drive. The Eco Drives are really fun. This is a lot of technology goes into these watches. This is the Pro Master, another really versatile dive piece. I still have it on the stock bracelet here. Another really versatile dive piece. If you're looking for a cool killer dive watch at an affordable price, these range from about 130 to 150 bucks or so, depending on where you get them from. And like I said, these are solar, so solar quartz. They are a killer piece, especially like I said, another fun, you know, piece. And if you want to just collect quartz, that's fine too. I mean, it's the watch hobby. Collect whatever you want. Another viable option are these Scurfa here. Of course, look for a full review on these coming up. My buddy Bryce, like I said, sent these in, and these range about 183 euros, which is about 200 something dollars. I would say about 250, 260 US dollars is what it ends up being. And you have a killer watch with a lot of specs, especially like I said for a quartz watch. These have that Swiss Runner quartz movement, which is a really accurate movement. And as you can see, the Rolex inspiration in these. And you get a lot, like I said, you get a lot of watch for the money. And the piece that kind of inspired this video is that Timex Q that I just got. It's definitely a really killer piece, especially for the price. I wouldn't pay the overhyped prices of like 300 and up on these. I picked this up for 180 bucks off of Long Island. He happened to have it in stock, like I mentioned in my video. He had it in stock, and he just, like I said, it's just a really killer piece. Especially for the price, a little fun piece. This is a little GMT, almost kind of like a Coke, Pepsi GMT kind of look with a vintage vibe. Which just shows, like I said, just goes to show you that you can have all kind of fun with different quartz pieces. It doesn't always have to be really high end or anything really exclusive, or even, you know, anything, like I said, it doesn't always have to be Rolex or Patek or whatever. Quite frankly, I get kind of tired of hearing about Rolex all the time. I've been guilty about talking about Rolex myself a lot. But like I said, this just goes to show you can have fun with any kind of watch, regardless of the price range, regardless of whatever, you know, the name brand, whatever. Timex makes a lot of killer pieces. And like I said, you can just have fun with all kind of different quartz pieces if they're in your budget. Any of these are in your budget. These are just few options. There's multiple hundreds, if not thousands, more options of quartz pieces out there that you can get, and you can still have fun in the hobby. And like I said, these are kind of like an entry level in a gateway, and they will get you more into the other stuff. So that's another reason why I think that quartz pieces have their place. They end up, like, you may not have the budget for it at the moment, but you'll probably end up lusting after another, you know, like an automatic, something like that, you know, even something like this. And then you may end up going for something like that Orient later on. Once you learn more into watches, this is another, like I said, kind of a gateway into watches. And once you learn more about watches, you know, the movements and all that stuff, it gets pretty addicting. Like I said, they're kind of a gateway for a lot of people into the hobby. So I feel like quartz watches have their place in the hobby. And I really don't see anything wrong with them. And if somebody does, they're just a watch snob. And there's no real place for that in the hobby. Like I said, I like to cover all watches of all types, all different prices. You see me cover everything from that Casio Dura over there, all the way up to I've had the Arnold Sun Globetrotter and the Hublot Big Bang. Even had a ball pawn in on the channel. So I like to cover all aspects and ranges of the hobby. Because like I said, a true watch enthusiast doesn't really care what the watch is. Now, if it is a crappy watch, there are crappy watches out there. I'm not saying that, but if it is a crappy watch, you'll know. You'll do the research and you'll know if it's a crappy watch. Quartz or automatic, either can be a crappy watch. But like I said, overall, a true watch enthusiast appreciates any kind of good watch. But basically, that's all I have to say. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. And like I said, let me know what your favorite little quartz piece is. If you have a quartz piece in your collection and you have higher ends in your collection, let me know about your collection. I'd like to see what all you guys are collecting these days. But anyways, if you have, like I said, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Alright, this has been Chris. Peace.